you so much for being here today. I really appreciate it. On today's card, I'm going to be making, I'm making a card using some products I got from the Stamp and Scrapbook Expo. Now, while I was there, I ran into the Stamp Anything booth and talked to my good friends over there, and they were like, hey, we have this new stamp set coming out. Would you be interested in playing with it and maybe creating with it? And I said, yes, of course I could do that. So they gave me that stamp set. And then along the way, also, I met up with Rubbernecker Stamps, who I do design teamwork for. Fabulous company, great. And so I thought that I would just make a card using a variety of companies' items. So what I'll do is I'll go down to the downward facing camera, we'll take a look at all those items, and we'll get started making the card. But before that, please make sure that you subscribe to my channel, you like this video when you get the chance, you share all this information with your friends, and then click that link in the, click that heart, no, click that bell so that you know a new video is coming out. You guys, I'm still working on this. Anyway, let's go ahead and look down at the desk. Okay, so this is the adorable little stamp set that Stamp Anything provided to me. They have these little cute stamps, kawaii cuties, and this one's called My Little Monster. So we'll be using this today. I've also decided to use the Rubbernecker Mini Slimline Hexagon Hole die here. I'm also going to be using a stencil from Rubbernecker Stamps on this card today. I'm going to be using some paper glaze from Picket Fence Studios, which is another great company that I designed for. And then we're going to be using some various cardstocks to get this card made. Okay, so I'm going to get set up and we'll go ahead and start with the first step. Okay, so the first thing that I want to do is to go ahead and do some stenciling here. I want to be using some paste, so I want to make sure that this is nice and dry when we go to start working on other pieces of the card. So I have my Waffle Flower sticky mat here onto my glass mat. I'm just going to place this black piece of paper down onto the cardstock, or I'm sorry, this cardstock down onto the mat. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the stencil, and then we will do some stenciling here. I'm trying to decide how exactly I want this to be. I kind of want this to go diagonal. So I think I might just kind of do it like that, you guys. It doesn't always have to be up and down. So what I'll do is I'm going to take the paper glaze here. We're doing like a tone on tone situation here. I always like that. We're going to take some of the texture paste. We're just going to do our thing here. We're going to spread it like cake batter onto the stencil. There we go. Just scraping some more down. Just want to get all the excess that you can off of this card. And I think we're doing pretty good here. So what we'll do is we'll go ahead and get that scooped up. We will wipe this off, because we want to make sure that we get all the paste off before it dries. And then let's see what we have here, and then I'll go clean the stencil. Ooh, that looks awesome, you guys. Ooh, I really like that. Okay, let me go clean everything up, and I'll be right back. Okay, now that we have the stenciling done and everything's all cleaned up, the next thing we're going to do is stamp out these little cuties here. So we'll go ahead and take those out of the packaging. And I already have my paper here onto my waffle flower mat. And we're just going to place these little guys down here. And then I think the sentiments, I'm going to do a monstrous birthday wishes. Okay, so we'll go ahead and get these guys stamped out. We're going to give them a good rub down because these are new stamps, haven't been used. Condition them a little bit. that looks good. Okay, so now that we have everything stamped out, we are going to go ahead and do some coloring. Let me zoom in here just a little bit. There we go. And we're just going to do some simple coloring, nothing too hard. I think we'll start out with the darkest color here. Just kind of do what I'll do is I'll just do a little coloring, and then what I'll do is just put on some music, and you can watch me as I go about and color these little guys. I don't want to have to sit here and talk through this whole thing. That's not fun for me, and probably not fun for you either. So sit back, relax, enjoy, and we'll play some music. Okay, we have our little monsters cut out. Take a look at them. So cute. So what we'll do is we'll go ahead and pause here. I'm going to fussy cut these guys out, and we'll be back to start the next process. Okay, so we have our little monsters cut out here, and now what I want to do is go ahead. I'm going to do some die cutting here because I want to cut out these three shapes out of this panel that we have here. So I just want to make sure I have that nice and even when I pull out the die cutting machine. Love this die cutting machine. I've been using it for several weeks and I'm in love with it. It has a nice big plates here. You can put a 4 1/4 by 5 1/2 sheet on here, which is pretty great. Not a lot of them do it. You can pick it up over at Honeybee Stamps. They also have it on sale right now, so I'll have that link down in the description for you guys. All right, let's just tape that down and make sure. I think that looks good. All right, let's run it through the die cutting machine. And because we're running it through something that's been stenciled, I want to run it through again just to make sure. Alright, so it did cut out pretty great. What I'm going to do is offline, I'm going to go through and poke out all these individual holes because they did not all come out, and I'll be back for the next step. Okay, so I decided when I was going to finish up this card, I had this piece of paper I had done some blending on, but I hadn't used. And I think this would be perfect for this card. So I think what I'm going to do is just place this down here. And really all I want are the shapes in the middle here. So this is going to be perfect for that. So I'm going to go ahead and run this through the die cutting machine. So we can get those spaces. So we have the pieces, and how I want to use them is I'm just going to paper piece these into the card here. So I'll be back once I get that set up. Okay, and now that we have that cut out, we are going to put some foam tape all along the back of this panel here. So I want this to be popped up. Do a skinny piece here. Skinny piece here. And then we'll remove the backing and place it onto the card. This is cut a bit smaller than the card base, so we want to make sure that we get it nice and even all around the edges. There we go. Now what we're going to do is we are going to take these pieces and just get these glued. And I'm going to use my sweet Petunia precision glue press here. Whoops. Now we are going to put some foam tape behind these little guys here to get them propped up. Great. So we'll get these guys placed on here. And then I think for the sentiment here, I think we might just pop this up here on the side on some more embellishments. It's nice, has a lot of texture. And then here's the completed card. I love the different colors in the back with the pattern here. I think that looks really cool. And it's just a cute, really nice little simple card. So I want to thank you guys for watching this video. I really do truly appreciate it. And thank you to Stamp Anything and Picket Fence Studios and Rubbernecker Stamps, because you guys supply me with all these products to use. I thought it would be nice just to mix in a bunch of different companies, because that's what we should do with all of our supplies. We should mix companies up to make the things that we want to make. So let me hold this guy up again. Look at that. I love all that color. It's so great. I love the diagonal of the paste there. Pretty awesome. So anyway, I hope that you guys have a great day. Make sure that you head over to Stamp Anything. Anything that's related to this card, I'll have in the description below. And I will see you next time. I'll talk to you later. Bye.